I have been covering what I believe are some of the best ETFs for maximizing dividend income, driving growth, and minimizing downside risk. But beyond simply choosing ETFs, I've been focusing on strategies to create a portfolio, approaches that go far beyond basic index exposure. This includes things like tilting towards strategic growth through momentum or GARP strategies, or incorporating high-income ETFs designed to generate consistent cash flow, fuel dollar cost averaging, and accelerate compounding over time. In my last video, we covered a high-income portfolio built for immediate cash flow, one designed to maximize income generation to smooth out volatility and hedge against a potential market sell-off or a recession. And while high income is very powerful, many of you have asked for a strategy that caters more toward longevity, a balanced approach designed to maximize total returns while still keeping a foot in the high yield camp. Today, we are revisiting our 3 ETF structure, but with a major shift in focus. We aren't just chasing yield. We are building a machine that captures explosive growth, compounds dividends, but at the same time drastically minimizes portfolio volatility. The goal here is simple: provide broad market return potential over the long term while mitigating downside risk through a tactical selection of ETFs. And to do this, we are using a 50-30-20 framework. This is a strategy I personally use to create different types of portfolios, consisting of a core anchor, a tactical growth edge, and a defensive hedge. Now, to give you a brief explanation, the 50% bucket is your core anchor. This is the part of your portfolio that you depend on, so the ETFs that you dollar cost average into regardless of what's happening in the market. For some investors, this could be index-based ETFs like the S&P 500, or dividend growth ETFs if you prefer something slightly more risk-averse. The 30% bucket is your tactical edge. This is where I incorporate ETFs that align with the current economic environment, like semiconductors, large-cap tech, or growth-enhancing strategies. And finally, the 20% bucket is your defensive hedge. This section focuses on defensive equity, dividends, and high-income ETFs with more of a value tilt, something that helps buffer volatility when markets get choppy. In my opinion, each of these sections only need 2 and maybe up to 3 ETFs maximum. Anything more than that usually becomes unnecessary overlap. This structure works because it gives me a clear direction. Every ETF has a purpose and a defined allocation. So when markets rise, I know what to emphasize, and when volatility hits, I know which defensive positions to lean on. I also keep a separate category for tactical ETFs, short to medium term tilts based on macro trends. For example, if interest rates are expected to fall, I might shift a small portion to rate-sensitive areas like bond ETFs, small caps, or even international ETFs if the US dollar weakens. All right, now that we understand the framework, I'm going to build a hypothetical 3 ETF setup. I'll introduce the ETFs and then go through how they work in detail so that you can get a better understanding of the structure. So definitely make sure you stick around until the end for this one. For the core portfolio driver, we will use a very powerful high-income ETF, SPYI. With over $7 billion in assets under management, it currently yields around 12%. This is one of the most popular high-income ETFs, and it uses a covered call strategy on the S&P 500 to generate premium income distributed as a dividend. I'll do a deeper dive shortly, but first, let's reveal the rest. For the strategic growth component, we will use SPMO, another powerful ETF with over $13 billion in assets under management and a focus on momentum. This is tactical because momentum stock selection is designed to capitalize on the continued growth of a specific stock. It has proven to be one of the most powerful tactical growth ETFs in the market. And for the defensive portion, we will use DGRO. This is a well-known dividend ETF with over $30 billion in assets. It is designed to smooth volatility with an emphasis on value stocks. Now, the 3 ETF structure we are building is the foundation, but to truly optimize total returns, I use Investing Pro to find the strongest individual stocks to complement it. And here's the exact 3-step workflow I use to boost my performance potential. Step 1, start with the core. Step 2, identify the corresponding ProPix AI portfolio. I look for the theme that matches the ETF. So for example, I'll pair tech titans with SPMO, top value stocks with DGRO, and the beat the S&P 500 strategy with SPYI. These portfolios contain the individual stocks that complement the ETFs we just talked about. These strategies use AI to analyze 25 years of data. And historically, adding just a 10% allocation of these picks to the corresponding ETFs boosted total returns by 10 to 25% over the last 3 to 5 years. As always, past performance is not indicative of future results, and this is not financial advice. I am simply sharing one of the tools I personally use to enhance my own research. And step 3, verify with pro research. You don't have to guess why a stock was chosen. You can click into Pro Research for an institutional level deep dive and check the financial health score to instantly see if that company fits your specific risk profile. The transparency here is key. You can see the exact date of entry for every pick to verify the track record yourself. And as a quick bonus for those of you who like to time your entries, you should definitely check out Warren AI chart analysis. With one click, it automatically maps out support, resistance, and trend shifts, saving you hours of manual technical analysis. If you want access to this entire toolkit, take advantage of their New Year's sale. It is wrapping up in a couple of days, and you currently get up to 50% off. And if you use my code VictoriaMedia at checkout, you will get an additional 15% off on top of that. It is the lowest price of the year for this level of power. You can find the link in the description and comment section down below, so make sure you guys check it out. And of course, huge thank you to investing.com for sponsoring this segment. Now, circling back to the ETFs, how do each of these work and why are they such a strong 3 ETF combination for a long-term anchor? It starts with SPYI. As mentioned, this is a covered call ETF on the S&P 500 with a yield of around 12%. And what I like here is how the fund managers handle the covered call positions. They use active management and are very smart with their option execution. In fact, they often use call spreads to maximize growth potential. For those who don't know, this involves buying another call option alongside the one they sold, but further out of the money. And this is strictly designed to appreciate in value if the market rips upward. During market sell-offs, you can see how well SPYI mitigates downside volatility. Now, a major plus is that the dividends are very tax efficient. They are categorized as return of capital, or ROC. This means that they are tax deferred and later taxed as capital gains. On top of that, the massive yield allows you to dollar cost average into other ETFs in your portfolio that might be on sale. Now, I'll explain the tax implications in another video. The second ETF is SPMO. This is one of my favorite tactical growth ETFs. It focuses on momentum, which, as mentioned earlier, is a strategy centered on capitalizing on the continued growth of a stock after it has already appreciated. And that growth is backed up by strong earnings, revenue, or profit margins. Over the last 3 years, this ETF has been an absolute monster, outperforming both the S&P 500 and the QQQ. But what's even better is that during the 2022 bear market, it also outperformed both the S&P 500 and the QQQ. Now, the momentum strategy is derived by assessing total returns over the last 12 months, excluding the most recent 2, and pairing that with a volatility score. In simple terms, stocks with strong growth but lower price volatility get a higher score, because a stock that rallies 50% but then drops 30% doesn't have strong momentum, it just has insane volatility. And I love that SPMO isn't index-based, so holdings change as managers see momentum shifting. Now, the third ETF is DGRO, which is one of my favorite long-term dividend growth plays. This can serve as a core anchor or a defensive hedge depending on your risk appetite. And it uses a simple but very effective screening strategy, which involves looking for companies with at least 5 years of consecutive dividend growth and a payout ratio below 60%. And that last part is very, very important. This targets companies that pay strong dividends but still retain a large chunk of their earnings to reinvest in growth. This mix of value and stable tech stocks is why the fund tends to outperform. During the 2022 bear market, DGRO lost only 8% compared to the S&P 500's 20% loss. But since then, the fund has been one of the best performing dividend ETFs within its category, heavily outperforming peers like SCHD or VYM. Now, there are other ETFs that fit into these categories. This is just one example. Feel free to comment down below which ETFs you think would work best. Using our 50-30-20 structure and the most recent inception date from SPYI, this 3 ETF combination has matched the total returns of the S&P 500 while delivering much lower standard deviation and drawdowns. During the 2022 bear market, it significantly outperformed the index, and it continued to do so in 2024 and 2025 thanks to the combined market exposure of SPYI and the momentum of SPMO. This combination has a beta of 0.83, which is significantly lower than the S&P 500. And remember, the goal is market-like returns with much less price volatility. And most importantly, the yield remains powerful. In 2025, this portfolio delivered a 10% dividend yield, and in 2024 and 2023, it was close to 8%. Remember, yields fluctuate based on market volatility, and since SPYI uses options, higher volatility tends to result in higher dividend distributions thanks to a relation called Vega. And that is all for this one. If you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit the thumbs up button for the YouTube algorithm. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye! This video is for educational and entertainment purposes only and is not financial, investment, tax, or legal advice. Discussions of ETFs, investing strategies, market updates, or specific funds are general, not tailored to your financial situation, and should not be relied upon for decision-making. Investing involves significant risks, including total loss of principal, and past performance does not guarantee future results. I am not a registered financial advisor. My content reflects personal research and publicly available information. I may earn affiliate commissions from mentioned products or links disclosed per FTC guidelines, but these do not influence my opinions. Always consult a licensed financial professional and verify information independently. By watching this, you agree I am not liable for any losses or consequences from your actions. International viewers should consult local regulations.